More than 5 million men in the U.S. experience depression each year. Clinical depression in men can cause sadness and a loss of interest in once pleasurable activities. But depression can often show up in different ways for Black men. So let's talk more about signs and symptoms of depression in Black men. Sleeping too much or too little. One of the symptoms in depression can also affect your sleep. Sleeping too much or too little. Sleep problems such as insomnia, waking up very early in the morning, or excessive sleeping are common depression symptoms. If you are sleeping significantly more than normal, such as sleeping 10 plus hours and still feeling fatigued, you may be experiencing depression. One of the symptoms that often presents is anger. Depression in men may present as being angry, aggressive, hostile, or irritable. Anger and hostility are often different than irritability. Anger is typically a more intense emotion. Being easily agitated or bothered by small things or things that normally would not upset you may be a sign of irritability. You may experience an increase in the number of conflicts that you are having within your interpersonal or professional relationships. If friends, family, or coworkers are often telling you that they have been noticing a significant change in your mood and your behavior, you may want to consider their feedback. Another symptom of depression is increased stress. Experiencing significant stress and/or stressors can result in depression. Research indicates that prolonged exposure to stress can have negative impact on the brain and body. Men may be more likely to report symptoms of depression as stress. They often feel more comfortable reporting symptoms of stress versus depression. Another common symptom amongst Black men is difficulty concentrating. Depression can often affect your ability to concentrate and complete tasks. A person may often find themselves constantly thinking about life stressors, trying to resolve conflicts, or experiencing negative self-talk, such as "I'm worthless," "not good enough," or "I'm a failure." As a result, making it difficult to concentrate. A common symptom that we often see for depression is substance abuse. Substance abuse frequently accompanies depression. Research has shown that alcoholics are almost twice as likely to suffer from major depression compared to people without a drinking problem. Using drugs or alcohol to cope with stress or uncomfortable feelings is a strategy that many men will utilize as a coping mechanism. If you or someone you know is consuming more alcohol or drugs than they would typically use, this could be a sign of depression. Another symptom that we see amongst Black men is a decrease in libido or sex drive. Depression is a common reason for loss of desire and erectile dysfunction, and it's one symptom that many men are inclined not to report. Not being able to adequately perform in the bedroom can result in feelings of worthlessness, lack of confidence, and low self-esteem, and this can further exacerbate feelings of depression. And one of the most important symptoms of depression is experiencing suicidal ideations or thoughts. Suicidal thoughts are a prominent indicator of depression. Experiencing frequent feelings of hopelessness and/or helplessness, lacking the desire to live life, feeling like life would be easier if you didn't exist, struggling with seeing any reason or purpose in living are all symptoms of depression. If you are experiencing suicidal thoughts, please seek professional help immediately or call 911. Many of us have been taught that we have to be strong, or have felt that we had no other option but to be the strong Black woman. But that sometimes doesn't come without consequence to our mental health and well-being. A recent study conducted by New York University and Columbia University School of Nursing revealed that many health care providers may miss depression symptoms in Black women, resulting in underdiagnosis or undertreatment. A nationally representative survey found that Black people are 10.4% more likely to develop depression compared to white people at 7.1%. I want you to be able to recognize signs and symptoms of depression. So let's talk more about what that looks like. A common symptom of depression in Black women is often the change in emotional or mood. You want to pay attention to emotional fluctuations and their impact on your daily life. Experiencing persistent sadness, anger, irritability, or feelings of hopelessness or helplessness is a common sign of depression. Many women will report becoming tearful for unknown reasons or will experience frequent crying. Women may get extremely overwhelmed when tasked with making decisions that typically would not be difficult. The person may become easily agitated or bothered by minute things or with situations that would typically not present as a trigger. You may experience an increase in the number of conflicts that you are having within your interpersonal or professional relationships. If friends, family, or coworkers are often telling you that they have been noticing a significant change in your mood and/or behavior, you may want to consider their feedback. Anger or irritability may often be a symptom that is overlooked or misdiagnosed. For example, if a Black woman is feeling irritable as opposed to sad and decides to seek help, a healthcare provider might encourage them to simply reduce their stress or seek treatment for anger, which could further invalidate their experience. Another symptom of depression in Black women is being extremely critical of yourself or experiencing low self-esteem or confidence. Self-critical symptoms may include negative self-talk, self-hate, self-blame, feeling guilty, not feeling good enough, or feeling like a failure. They also reported experiencing anhedonia, which is an inability to experience pleasure. Another symptom that we see for depression in Black women is the change in sleep or health conditions. Black women in the study with greater depressive symptoms were more likely to report somatic symptoms such as fatigue, sleep problems such as insomnia, waking up very early in the morning, or excessive sleeping are common depression symptoms. If you are sleeping significantly more than normal, such as sleeping 10 hours or more and still feeling fatigued, you may be experiencing depression. Another common symptom of depression is changes in your appetite. You may experience a suppressed appetite where you don't have a desire to eat or only eating once a day. Or you may find yourself excessively eating or eating to cope with your negative emotions and/or stress. Another common symptom that we see for depression in Black women is an increased level of stress. Experiencing stress and/or stressors can result in depression. Research indicates that prolonged exposure to stress can have negative impacts on the brain and body. Many of us Black women are conditioned to think that it's normal to feel severely stressed, and we often have to play many roles that include wife, mother, daughter, employee, assistant, therapist, etc. Just because we're expected to play all of these roles doesn't mean that it doesn't negatively impact us in some way. All of that can be taxing. As we know, stress can result in mental and physical health conditions. Make sure you are practicing stress management strategies and self-care. Another common symptom that we see in depression amongst Black women is the loss of interest in activities or isolation. Black women who are depressed may notice that they start to lose interest in doing activities that they normally would enjoy, such as activities or hobbies or spending time with friends or family. They often present with lack of energy and motivation to engage or complete tasks. Personal hygiene may decline, or household chores may not get completed or takes a significant amount of time to complete. Women may often isolate themselves where they may seldomly leave their home. Interactions with family, friends, and coworkers become infrequent. If you notice that a friend or loved one has become withdrawn, please check in on them. Another symptom of depression is having difficulty concentrating. Depression can often affect your ability to concentrate or complete tasks. A person may often find themselves constantly thinking about life stressors, trying to resolve conflicts, or experiencing negative self-talk, such as "I'm worthless," not good enough, or failure. As a result, making it difficult to concentrate. Another symptom of depression that we see amongst Black women is substance abuse. Substance abuse frequently accompanies depression. Research has shown that alcoholics are almost twice as likely to suffer from major depression compared to people without a drinking problem. Using drugs or alcohol to cope with stress or uncomfortable feelings is considered to be an unhealthy coping mechanism. If you or someone you know is consuming more alcohol or drugs than they would typically use, this could be a sign of depression. Another symptom of depression that we see is a decrease in libido or sex drive. Depression and sexual dysfunction have been shown to be correlated with one another. Depression is a common reason for decreased libido in women. When women are depressed, they will often experience decreased energy, feel badly about themselves, and many view their partner through a negative lens. As a result, decreases the desire and pleasure for intimacy. Depression can also impact your ability to experience an orgasm. One of the most prominent symptoms of depression is suicidal ideation.